Hey everybody, welcome back to Off the Wall. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sol.
And I'm Bogz.
And we're taking a look at another trailer today. This is a foreign film that's going to be coming out here in the US. That is being distributed made by Star Studios in India, but is being distributed by Disney here in the US. It's called, pardon my pronunciation here, Brahmāstra, I believe. Just kind of going phonetically here. But in some parts of the world, it's also going to be known as Brahmāstra Part 1 Shiva. Not sure, but either way, we got a trailer for this thing up. So you guys ready to watch it?
Let's do it.
Good.
All right.
Look at those effects.
Okay.
Jal, Vayu, Agni.
This Avatar Last Airbender?
I was about to say.
कुछ ऐसी शक्तियां हैं जो अस्त्रों में भरी हुई हैं।
Okay.
ये
An
कहानी है
Astroverse movie.
इन सारे अस्त्रों के देवता की, ब्रह्मास्त्र, और एक ऐसे नौजवान की जो इस बात से अनजान है कि वो ब्रह्मास्त्र की किस्मत का सिकंदर है, शिवा।
They for sure are gonna have a music video in the middle of this.
Oh yeah.
He's a firebender.
शिवा तुम्हारा हाथ
ईशान मैं आग से जलता
Am I?
कुछ रिश्ता है मेरा आग से आग मुझे जलाती नहीं
He's a mother of dragons.
कुछ चल रहा है इस दुनिया में ईशान कुछ पुरानी शक्तियां हैं और उनके कुछ रक्षक हैं
सहस्रनंदिं समत्यम हे नंदी
Bachchan.
खंड खंड
He's like the goat of all Indian actors.
अंधेरा भी है
Okay.
जो सब कुछ भस्म कर देगा
हमारा सिर्फ एक मकसद ब्रह्मास्त्र।
तुम जुड़े हुए हो शिवा हमारी इस अस्त्रों की दुनिया से क्योंकि तुम
That's
खुद
cool.
एक अस्त्र
Fire sword.
अग्नि अस्त्र
I mean, definitely looks like Avatar.
Yeah. A little bit of Aquaman there too. It also like somehow feels like it could also be a DC movie, especially with the way the DCEU is now.
Yeah. Well, like I will say, it does give me because they say it's part of it's an Astroverse movie, and I'm just kind of like, so does Nick Fury show up at the end and say like we got to go find the next Astra? But this looks cool. This actually looks pretty cool. I'm reading the subtitles while they're talking about this lore, and I'm like, I'm into this. What else? I want to know what else you got for me, guys. Bog, we'll start with you. What do you think about this?
So yeah, the law that you're talking about is the Hindu religion.
Okay.
So that is basically Brahmastra is. I'm going to speak in as much layman's terms as possible, but from the little knowledge I have, is basically Brahmastra is the weapon of one of the Hindu gods, one of the three kind of main gods. There's like a triune of kind of the most important gods in Hinduism, and Brahma is one of them, and his weapon is Brahmastra, which is like an earth-destroying thing, and it kind of destroys all life on Earth, destroys humans, destroys water, animals, and you can't grow for a certain amount of time. I think you can't grow. Nothing can be grown on Earth again. But I believe that the story goes that humans battled it against it, and it comes in the form of fire. So I think the Shiva character, who's obviously the lead there, is connected somehow to the Brahmāstra. I don't know if he's going to fight against it, or I presume he is, because he doesn't want the world to end. But yeah, obviously he's very connected to the Hindu religion. So Hinduism is the main religion in India. So people are going to be uber looking forward to this and passionate, because obviously he's connected to the national religion. But yeah, they made it obviously into like a Marvel-esque, like you guys are saying, DC style movie. So imagine the Brahmāstra is kind of like, to give it a Marvel comparison, like Sentinel in Eternals / Dormammu in Doctor Strange, kind of like that, but destroys Earth via fire, which is why he's connected to him, I believe, for being the main lead. Obviously, shout out to Amitabh Bachchan as well, who's the icon, the biggest Indian actor of all time. He's been around since the 60s. He looks fantastic as well. He's pushing 80. I'd say him and Shah Rukh Khan are the biggest of all time. But yeah, he's the guy. He is the #1 movie star of all time for Indian cinema. It looks like a massive budget as well for Indian cinema. So it's probably one of the highest I've seen anyway, budget-wise. But yeah, it does look action-packed. Lots of infused sci-fi fantasy, and yeah, pleasantly surprised. It looks fun.
Yeah, you mentioned the budget. I'm looking at it, so I'm trying to get the conversion up here, but it says it's listed as 3 to 500 crore. CRORE. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I've just checked. It's about 65 million.
Okay, yeah,
dollars.
Like a Deadpool kind of budget. Great use of color, great use of the effects. Soul, what about you?
Of course, you're gonna get the songs, the music, the themes, all infused.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna get a 6-hour movie. You just got to strap in and take the interval when it gives you one. So yeah.
Right. It looks super colorful. It looks very fun. It looks like you're going to see like a superhero movie, or like Avatar, as in The Last Airbender, not Avatar as blue people. So it looks fun. Will I see this in theaters, or will I wait to watch it at home? Because it will probably be 6 hours. Like, it looks like it's going to be a very long movie.
Yeah.
But with RRR doing really well here in the States, I can see this doing well in the States as well. So we are getting some interest in Bollywood films here in the United States by non-Indians here. So it's interesting to see that kind of cinema like taking hold in the US right now.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear and see that Americans being involved. I definitely recommend you should go to one. It is like an event to go. People are up in their seats, they're singing, they're dancing, they're cheering. So yeah, it's kind of an experience to go for 6 hours. If you've never done anything, I'm exaggerating with 6 hours, probably about 4, and have a little interval. So yeah, it's nice to see. Obviously, it's spreading, and it's mixing the main genre in obviously Bollywood and Indian cinema is romantic, musicals. So having that infused with the action, sci-fi, borderline superhero stuff, it's definitely obviously appealing, to mass audiences. So yeah, for the people liking it, great. It should it's getting a lot of interest.
It's interesting to me because you pointed out that like the lore I was alluding to is the religion itself, because they're taking such a fantastical approach to something like religion, where when you compare that to religion-based films like here in the States, they're usually a lot more literal and sometimes even philosophical in their depiction, whereas with this one, they're kind of leaning more into the idea of like the idea of these existence of these gods and these beings and what they can do. It is kind of fantastical and supernatural in its nature. Let's lean into that. Let's embrace that and really take it up to 100. And so that's what gives it kind of that fantasy action feel to it. But maybe something similar to like we saw with like Ms. Marvel, where we learned a lot about Pakistani and Muslim culture through this kind of superhero lens. Probably see something kind of the same, hopefully with the way this is presented when it comes out.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I thought about that myself, where you can have this superhero sci-fi fantasy approach based on such an important thing in a religion. Like other religions, you definitely cannot do anything like this. So I think the whole kind of Bollywood industry being infused with with Hinduism, it's become accepted a norm to make kind of mainstream movies about the religion, and also it's the whole live and let live Indian kind of way of life and culture. So I believe that's why it's kind of more accepted as opposed to other religions. But I don't know, that's just my opinion, interpretation. I'm sure people can have their own, drop in the comments or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely interesting that really Hinduism, I believe, is the only religion that will approach something like this. You don't see anything, you don't see any kind of religious movies that you do see are more like epic tales or epic stories, sand and sword tales, or stuff about Ten Commandments or that kind of thing, not superhero themed specifically. So definitely interesting kind of theme to go on. And yeah, but because in other religions there might be protests about this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a unique thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just hearing you talk about it, I'm already just kind of like, I want to go watch this trailer again, see if I can pull something new from it. And I definitely, there's no information yet on where and how this is going to be available in the States. If it'll be in theaters, if it'll go straight to, I don't know, Disney
It'll
Plus.
probably go to AMC, because AMC has been showing a lot of Bollywood movies here in the States, and it's really interesting to see how much it's taken an uptick in non-Indians watching Bollywood movies in the States. It's something that you can really see the trend moving forward. And I'm glad when we get more international films in the US, because international films are really interesting and really fun to watch, and some great cinema if you just watch this, if you are okay with subtitles.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Hopefully I get a chance to see it. Hopefully you guys do too. What did you think of the trailer? Let us know down in the comments or on Twitter. All our information's in the description of this video. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you guys again here next time on Off the Wall. Bye.